Beat Digger replay to follow this game. I'm John Beltran with Dave Urig. We're from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs lead the Beat Diggers 22-6 with 5:55 to go in the opening half. The Beat Digger drive started at the 28-yard line, and so far the Beat Diggers are looking good, Dave.
Yeah, they sure are, and they've been able to eliminate some of those mistakes they had early, like the motion penalties and that helping penalty or whatever that was on the kickoff return that Rosenbrock had. And it's been able to help them out because they haven't lost that momentum.
We'll call it the first and goal. That ball's on the 10-yard line. The Beat Diggers are in a Maryland eye, and now they split off. The lone setback is Skyler Seawald. Two receivers off to the left and right. Garcia will hand it off to Seawald. Big hole up the middle to the 5, to the 2, to the 1. Touchdown! Touchdown for Skyler Seawald from 10 yards away like a truck through the middle. And the Beat Diggers are back in the game. It's 22-12.
What I like so much about that play is time and time again, you come out there with zips on one side or twins on both sides. You give a big spread look, and all of a sudden the defense starts worrying about the pass or worrying about the trickery. Forget about just that smash mouth football right up the gut.
5-minute and 38-second drive, and the Beat Diggers will go for 2. They can make this a one-score game. The backs are split. Garcia will hand it off to Seawald, running left, and he runs into a Mustang. Did he get across the goal line? He did! Well, he was on top of a Mustang, and he stretched the football out. The two-point conversion is good. 5:49 to go in the second. 22-14 in favor of Fort Morgan. And now the Beat Diggers can play some defense. They receive the second half kickoff. We could have a brand new game.
Yeah, if Bush can avoid having a kickoff return here by Fort Morgan again, or spotting Fort Morgan that great field position they've been.
Well, let's see. I mean, this is going to be key right now at this point, considering what has happened so far in the first half. The Beat Diggers have an 83-yard kickoff return, but Joe Rosenbrock for a touchdown, but Isaac Rodriguez off a double handoff, unofficially a 71-yard return to begin this game.
It's funny how both teams are going to go back on Monday, and they're going to be thinking about all the things they have to do to improve their special team work.
First and 10. It will be first and 10 at some point. I think I'm saying that because we're also helping direct traffic here with the fans moving around. I tell you what, Dave, it'll be nice to be home next week. It's a nice night here, and the fans are out. This is Morgan County mania at its best. There's no question about it.
You know, the brush side over there, they've got about 5 sections, and every single section looks pretty packed except for the one on the very south end. And you look over here at the Fort Morgan side, they've got a huge student cheering section right there on the 50-yard line, taking up the first 10 rows or so, and this Fort Morgan side's packed.
Jacob Fector to kick it off. Let's remind you that, like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. And Fector will split the ball. The ball is still loose. It's taken at the 27 by Moreno, looking to hand it off. He's going to take it himself. He's got one Beat Digger to beat on the outside, breaks the tackle to 30, back to the outside of the 40, along the sideline to the 50. He spins inside the 50 to the 42-yard line, and Dave, thank goodness that play's over. And even though Fort Morgan is in brush territory, it could have been worse based on everything we've seen tonight.
You know, that time on that play, Moreno was able to just leave the brush defender right in his tracks over there. I couldn't quite see who it was, but the brush kid kind of left his feet and tried to make the play, and he just couldn't do it. And Moreno was able to scoot down the field and get the ball over there for Fort Morgan on the first play on this drive on the brush side of the 50.
First and 10 for the Mustangs at the Beat Digger 43-yard line. 22-14 Fort Morgan with just over 5.5 to go before the break. Can the Beat Diggers come up with a defensive stand? They've not had that tonight. There's the handoff running left, and there's Roach is hit in the backfield. Boy, the penetration by Tyson Larrick going in for a 1-yard loss. It'll be second down and 11. That was the definition of a solo tackle.
You bet he did a good job. He shot through the left side of that Fort Morgan offensive line and made a nice play. I noticed on that play, Fort Morgan's got some offensive linemen that are really getting off the ball quick, almost quicker than the ball's getting snapped, and they're going to have to watch out for that.
Second down and 11. With that football resting at the Fort Morgan, at the Brush 44, that is. The back's in an eye. Garrett Pape this time will hand it off on the left side to DeRoche. Breaks out of a tackle down to the 40-yard line. It's got the left sideline. Shifts up the Pete Digger inside the 30 down to the 25 as the tackle was made over there. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle by Brandon Rutherford, but once again it's a big gainer, 20 yards for Devin DeRoche. And a Mustang first down.
Boy, another big play there. Bresh had him contained. They were almost able to even to hold him up there at the line of scrimmage. But the problem was, once he broke past there, Bresh just didn't have the containment with their defensive backs. They couldn't get up there and help make the tackle up there at the line of scrimmage.
First and 10 for Fort Morgan at the Brush 24-yard line, leading by 8, 4:36 to go. The handoff, and the deep man is hit DeRoche again as the Beat Diggers come up with a big play. Then we've got a late flag, and boy, there might have been something there against the Beat Diggers.
I think the official's going to throw possibly a late hit there on the Diggers, even though it didn't look like it was that big of a deal to me.
Dylan French with the initial penetration. It would be about a 4-yard loss, but it looks like the personal foul is going to give the Mustangs a lot more yardage here. So a 4-yard loss is going to turn into a positive gain. So instead of having that football back at around the 28-yard line, this ball is going to be half the distance to the goal, and Fort Morgan's going to be knocking on the door again.
You know, with big plays again, the big plays are just killing Brush. And they're doing a good job of stopping things lately. They're stopping them on the first down. Morgan, the first couple of series, they were able to get like 5 yards on, and look at like 2nd and 5 or 3rd and short. And now Brush was doing a good job of holding them right there on the first down, but end up shooting themselves in the foot again with another penalty.
Well, they're moving the ball to the 19. I don't get that. On a personal foul, you'd think they'd move it a little bit closer, but the Beat Diggers will take it at this point. First and 10 for Fort Morgan. Handoff to Roach, right side, and he's dragged down at around the 18-yard line. He nearly broke out of that, but the Beat Diggers were true to the test. And let's see the Beat Digger getting up there. Looks like somebody's cramping out there. The man who made the tackle is Joe Rosenbrock, but he's all right. The momentum took him to the 17, 2nd down and 8 for the Mustangs.
2nd down and actually 3 because that penalty. But I'll tell you what, they're knocking on the door here. And Brush did a good job of holding that one up, but I'm looking out for Fort Morgan's trick play.
That's right. That penalty did not give him a first down. 2nd and 3. Pape rolling to his right, looking. Here comes the pressure. Still rolls. He's going to take off with the football. There's a flag down in the backfield, and he is upended by Melendez at around the 15-yard line, but that one could be coming back. It's close to a first down, and that was thrown in the backfield. And as far back as that flag was thrown, Dave, that could be a major loss, a significant penalty against the Mustangs.
It may be a hold, but there's some extracurricular activity going down there on the field. So I watched one of the Brush kids kind of charge after one of the Fort Morgan kids. So as things start heating up, who knows what some of these flags could be thrown for.
Block in the back against the Mustangs, your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank. 321 Ensign Street, Morgan Federal Bank. There's a difference. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And the football is now back to the 32-yard line. So now we're talking about a 2nd and 17. So that is a rather significant penalty